Good evening and welcome to the virtual board meeting of the Board of School Directors of the School District of Springfield Township. And I would like us to, we can stand where you are or you can sit for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. A reading of the mission statement. Mr. Bernard, would you like to read the mission statement this evening?
The mission of the School District of Springfield Township is to educate and develop all students as learners and citizens who are high achieving, resilient, and responsible in a changing global community.
Thank you. Roll call, Ms. Michaels.
Mr. Bedard.
Here.
Mr. DeFranco. Dr. Etlin.
Here.
Ms. Jordan. Mr. Lapidus.
Here.
Mr. Needleman.
Here.
Ms. Sarsfield. Ms. Slapinski.
Here.
Dr. Taratusky.
Here. All right, this evening, we will have public comments on agenda items. We're making a few adjustments for our public comment periods this evening and going forward. We're going to post the agenda in the chat, and that will be available for anyone who is connected to access. We will also use the Q&A for questions. Those questions may be answered during the meeting or most likely after the meeting. We'd like to encourage anyone who has comments to please share those during the 2 comment periods this evening. And we will not be taking questions through the chat. So if you have a question or a comment that you'd like to make, if you have a comment that you'd like to make, we'd like you to do that verbally during the public comment period. If you have a question, you can put that in the Q&A. Okay. So this time is for public comments on agenda items. If you wish to speak, if you could please use the hand raise feature, and when you're called on, share where you reside within the township. Okay.
And I am seeing no hands unless anyone else let me go to attendees. I see no hands and
Okay.
Nothing in the Q&A.
Okay, great. Thank you. Administrative report, Dr. Yannicone.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I'm going to begin my report with some information about our cohort commitment survey that's out to families at this time. On February 26th, I sent families a letter detailing our district plan for expanding access to in-person learning beginning the week of April 5th, and requesting families complete a cohort commitment survey identifying the choice of cohort for each child in the district. The survey is due to be completed for each child by Monday, March 8th at 5 o'clock. To date, just a few minutes ago, we had about 1,055 surveys that have already been returned. We are very grateful to the community for being so prompt in the return of the surveys. Thus far, of those 1,055, 93% of students are identified for in-person attendance. 46% of the respondents have indicated they will ride the bus. 29% will be driven, and 12% will walk to school, with the remaining percentage being those who will be remaining at home for virtual schooling. Yesterday and today, we held meetings for families in order to provide more information about our health and safety standards and the instructional program plans for each building. We're very grateful that nearly 250 parents were able to join us across the 4 meetings. This afternoon, principals emailed families a reminder that included the recorded video of the informational sessions for their building and an FAQ, which answers questions that were submitted to this point by families. We are going to continue to monitor transmission rates in the community and the county, which are right now on the border between substantial and moderate. We encourage all families to continue to be vigilant regarding mitigation measures to keep transmission rates moving in a declining direction, including universal adherence to mask wearing in public, frequent hand washing, limiting exposure to large groups, and signing up to receive the vaccine when available. Our second topic for my report is equitable practices. Last week on February 24th, we held our third quarterly meeting of the Equitable Practices Committee. Principals shared information about Black History Month recognition and the focus groups of students with whom they are meeting to discuss ways to continue to support a sense of belonging in our schools. Dr. Lauren Davis also provided an overview of the socioeconomic impact of the pandemic on our students and the ways our staff and community have rallied to provide necessary support and access to technology, food, and related services. Our next meeting of Equitable Practices will be held Wednesday, April 21st at 6:30 p.m. and will feature a presentation by our English Language Learner Department on programming and support for our immigrant, refugee, and EL students and their families. The middle school schedule and staffing is our third topic for the report. Mr. Zach Fuller and his team have been working diligently for the past month to revise and rebuild the master schedule at the middle school to prepare for the changes being implemented next Monday, March 8th. Students began moving through the building several weeks ago and are really enjoying the change. On Monday, student schedules will include increased instructional minutes in core subject areas. We're also very happy to have identified 2 new teachers, one in social studies and one in science, who are part of the personnel motion this evening. Both are exceptional educators with rich and diverse histories and life experiences that will no doubt bring exciting perspectives to our middle school students. In the area of student activities, I want to thank Matt Barlow and Amy Benton for a terrific choral and band concert last week at the middle school. The joy of the students and the care taken by their teachers to produce the video concert was really evident. And I'd also like to recognize Dr. McLaurin and Dr. Markle at Erdenheim for their Black History Month assembly videos, which were released on Friday. The collaboration of the staff on their read aloud and the performance by the high school choral students were highlights in my view. And finally, for my report, we have our Spartan Spotlight. Our staff has been working in a hybrid model for nearly a year now, and among those who have truly risen to the challenge and exceeded all expectations are our librarians across the district. Tonight's Spotlight features their work and the ways they have continued to engage and inspire our students to keep reading and learning. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Johnston.
Thank you, Dr. Ganicone. Good evening, members of our school board of directors and our wonderful Springfield Township community. I really appreciate the opportunity to be with you this evening to share the most recent episode of the Spartan Spotlight. Tonight, I'm joined by 2 of our wonderful librarians, Mrs. Judy Schulteis and Mrs. Erin Bloom. So they are both here with us this evening, and they'll speak with you at the end of our presentation this evening. In 2020 and 2021, we've worked very hard throughout our school district with all our teachers and faculty to find ways to provide for our students. Nowhere is that more evident in the creative ways in which our innovative problem solvers of school librarians have found a way to bring library services to children, whether they are virtual or in person. And so they, with the great help of our instructional coaches, and particularly our good friend Erin Durham, created a wonderful video to exemplify for all of you the work they've been doing in our school libraries. Mr. Wexler, can you start that video for us, please?
Hi, I'm Jenny Roberts-Riley, librarian of Springfield Township High School. During the pandemic, our library's focus has been access, outreach, engagement, and adaptation.
Hi, I am Miss Bloom, the STMS librarian.
During the pandemic, we have adapted our programming to reach students where they are. From virtual bookshelves and virtual book tastings to in-person home and homeroom book delivery and our weekly newsletters, we seek to keep our kids engaged and connected during this difficult time.
Hello and welcome to the Erdenheim Library, or the Penthouse as I call it, because it's the most beautiful room in the building. The pink boa is to remind students to enter being curious, inquisitive, with a smile on their face, and above all else, be readers. Things have changed and some things have stayed the same.
Hi, my name is Nora Newman, and I am the librarian at Enfield Elementary. This school year brought welcome changes to the Enfield Library. Our space is new, it is bright and comfy. We also welcome second graders into our library. Since September, the children and I have enjoyed reading stories from a variety of genres. The collection at Enfield is designed to meet the needs of all the children who walk through its door. My goal as the librarian remains the same: to instill a love of stories and reading in the children that I have the pleasure of meeting.
Hi, my name is Josh. I'm a student at Springfield Township High School. I'm in 10th grade, and the Springfield Library is a spinning point for all students here for their creativity. And the library, it just has so many things to offer, such as our own maker studio for all students with to reach out and branch out with their creativity. The library offers so many things, even for me myself. I used to come here last year and I used to get work done. I used to come here with my friends for lunch. The energy of the library and how it gives off such a homey feeling. So yes, the Springfield Township Library is amazing.
What I love about the STMS library is that even though we're doing virtual learning, they still found ways for us to check out books in a safe way. I really appreciated doing the curbside pickup. It was really helpful, and that Ms. Bloom was always there for reading suggestions and to help you with anything.
If I can finish the sentence, I love library because here's the answer. I love library because we can listen to books and we can also learn new things.
My name is Ada Pearl Domini and I am in 2nd grade. I like the library because there's always a new book to open and explore. I also like the library because there's always a comfy place to sit and you can always sit next to your friend. The last reason I like it is because when you open up a book, it can take you to a whole new world. That's why I like the Enfield Library.
I like the library because it's fancy and it connects to the technology room.
I love the Enfield Library because Mrs. Newman's there and she reads us stories and there's a lot of
and I like reading, and there's a lot of books. Bye. Hi, my name is Sabrina, and the things I like about the new library is that the window glass is different colors and that the technology room is right above it, and the books are really fun to read. Bye. Hi, Miss Newman, it's me, Win. I love the Enfield Library because I get to read books and funny books like the pigeon books and elephant and piggy books, and I get to read some books I've never seen before, and I love reading them because elephant and piggy books and pigeon books are really funny, and I really like reading new books, and I've been working on reading my own book, and I really like reading books because I like you, Miss, because I love you a lot, Miss Newman. Bye.
Isn't that a wonderful video? I think it captures so much of the love that children have for our libraries. So I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Bloom and Mrs. Schulteis to just say a couple words before we wrap up this evening.
Hi, good evening. Thank you so much for letting us spotlight our amazing places and our wonderful librarians and programs. We love our jobs. I hope that you can see that through our spaces. We have always been about access, outreach, and equity, not just about getting books to our kids, which has been a huge thing that we've done all year. At Erdenheim, the kids learn how to do the online program, digital book checkouts, so we've been able to get books to them. We've redone our whole research packets. We're working with the classroom teachers. We did the African American Research Project this year with them. So we have been really just trying to promote everything that we've always done. STEM was a huge program for us while we were in school, and it still is. Asynchronous days still have STEM involved. We still have reading Olympics. So we're still doing everything that we could. We just changed it a little bit, modified some things, and we keep on going. And thank you so much for your support.
Thanks, Mrs. Schulteis.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for having us tonight. We really enjoyed getting to talk to the kids about what they love about the libraries, especially during this time. Libraries have always been places for innovation, but the pandemic has required quick and creative adaptation that has stretched us to figure out ways to increase equity and access for all of our students. We've really enjoyed coming up with those ways together and being able to reach out to the community. So just in closing, the district libraries have always been the heart and hub of our school community. Pandemic or no pandemic, we will continue to provide a safe space for our students to learn, grow, create, and thrive during their school years and hopefully beyond. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Erin and Judy, for being here tonight and for preparing the video, along with Jenny and Nora and Erin Dorham, our terrific instructional coach at Enfield. And thanks, Dr. Johnston, for getting everybody organized to be able to share the good news about the library tonight. And that concludes my report.
I'm so sorry. Can I interrupt with a question? I've been dying to find out since I heard about it. What is a book tasting?
So a book tasting in regular times, I guess we could call them, the kids come into the library and they're set up like a cafe, and there's snacks and everything, but each table is set up for a different book genre. And so they rotate around the tables, or the courses are brought to them depending on the class. And they taste or sample different books from the genre and fill out a little menu form. And the hope is that they try some different books that they might not have tried before.
That is awesome. That is really cool.
They love it. And in the virtual world, we did the same thing, but it was on Google Slides instead. So.
Thank you. Sorry, that's great. Thank you for the explanation.
Thanks, Mr. Needleman. Thank you so much. Thanks, Dr. Yannicone, Dr. Johnston, our librarians, and especially it's wonderful to see our students in these videos, especially at this time when we are not all in the school. That really is the reason that we're here. So it gives me a lot of pleasure to see that. It's great. All right. On that note, we'll move to new business. Personnel. The Board of School Directors approves the following personnel as presented in the attachment: confidential personnel, certificated personnel, support personnel, extra pay for extra responsibilities, and conference workshop attendance. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? Okay. Ms. Michaels?
Mr. Bedard,
Aye.
Mr. DeFranco,
Aye.
Dr. Etlin,
Aye.
Mr. Lapidus,
Aye.
Mr. Needleman.
Aye.
Ms. Lipinski,
Aye.
Dr. Taratusky.
Aye. Number 2, extended school year agreement with Camp Kinney at the Kinney Center. The Board of School Directors approves the agreement between Camp Kinney and the Kinney Center at the Kinney Center and Springfield Township School District for student 2021-0302-01 during the 2021 extended school year program. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? Okay, Ms. Michaels?
Mr. Bedard,
Aye.
Mr. DeFranco,
Aye.
Dr. Etlin,
Aye.
Mr. Lapidus,
Aye.
Mr. Needleman,
Aye.
Ms. Lipinski,
Aye.
Dr. Taratusky.
Aye. Number 3, Smart Center School Training Service Agreement. The Board of School Directors approves the agreement between the Smart Center and Springfield Township School District for student 2021-0302-02 for quarterly consultations with the Smart Center. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? Okay. Ms. Michaels?
Mr. Bedard,
Aye.
Mr. DeFranco,
Aye.
Dr. Etlin,
Aye.
Mr. Lapidus,
Aye.
Mr. Needleman,
Aye.
Ms. Lipinski,
Aye.
Dr. Taratusky.
Aye. Number 4, Power School Software Renewal. The Board of School Directors approves the Special Programs SECM and 504 software renewal for the period of June 13th, 2021 through June 12th, 2022 for Power School Special Programs not to exceed $31,507.15. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions?
I have a question, and there's several software renewals related to Power School. It looks like they are separate modules within that software program. Can you guys just give an overview of the elements that we're talking through here?
Absolutely, and I may ask Mr. Oliver if he can help clarify if I missed something. But across these 4, you're basically getting all components of Power School. So it includes our SIS, for example, and financial system. It includes the ways in which we maintain student data. The unified talent is our application process. So that's out of our human resources office. The customizations and maintenance and support is a smaller amount. That's really just sort of minor upgrades to the system. And I think I've reviewed them all. And special programs is, what it says it is. And so it's all of the different programs that where we data track for students.
Good. Thank you. And this was a new system that we put in place last year, correct?
Yes.
So the assessment has been improved efficiency. We feel good about the investment.
We do. There was a purchase of one company for another. I don't know if Ms. Michaels, if there's anything else that I might add here to help the board, but Power School purchased other companies. So, but yes, the transition has been smooth and it's been helpful for us as an administrative team to function more efficiently.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Thanks, Mr. Bedard. Are there any other questions or comments? Okay, Ms. Michaels?
Mr. Bedard,
Aye.
Mr. DeFranco,
Aye.
Dr. Etlin,
Aye.
Mr. Lapidus,
Aye.
Mr. Needleman,
Aye.
Ms. Lipinski,
Aye.
Dr. Taratusky.
Aye. Number 5, Power School software renewal. The Board of School Directors approves the Unified Talent Application Tracking Bundle software renewal for the period of August 31 to 2021 through August 30th, 2022 for Power School UT applicant tracking not to exceed $3,257.45. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Okay, Ms. Michaels?
Mr. Bedard,
Aye.
Mr. DeFranco,
Aye.
Dr. Etlin,
Aye.
Mr. Lapidus,
Aye.
Mr. Needleman,
Aye.
Ms. Lipinski,
Aye.
Dr. Taratusky.
Aye. Number 6, Power School software renewal. The Board of School Directors approves the software renewal for the period July 1, 2021 through June 30th, 2022 for Power School eSchool, SIS, eFinance, Cognos, and other related modules not to exceed $101,069.02. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second.
Second.
Any comments or questions?
I do. Perhaps I'll format as a question. These 4 different software items appear to have 4 different dates attached to them. There's a May, June, July, August. Is there a reason we don't have these contracts tied to a singular annual date? And the reason I ask is if there was any reason that we moved away from this as a software provider in the future, I don't know that we'd want to carry maintenance and other costs associated with the end date of a contract. So I didn't know if there's a way that we can consolidate the start date and just negotiate the prorated amount on the other contracts. I don't think it's material dollars, so it's not anything I will hold this up for, but it could be a future convenience.
Thanks, Mr. Bedard. I think that makes a lot of sense. I can work with Mr. Oliver and Ms. Michaels so we can try to make that happen prior to the next contract.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Bedard. Are there any other comments or questions regarding this item? Okay, Ms. Michaels?
Mr. Bedard,
Aye.
Mr. DeFranco,
Aye.
Dr. Etlin,
Aye.
Mr. Lapidus,
Aye.
Mr. Needleman,
Aye.
Ms. Lipinski,
Aye.
Dr. Taratusky.
Aye. And number 7, Power School Services. The Board of School Directors approves the Power School eSchool Plus customizations, maintenance, and support for the period May 8th, 2021 through May 7th, 2022, not to exceed $661.50. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second.
Second.
Any comments or questions?
I mean, no, I don't have any.
Thanks, Mr. Bedard. Okay, anyone else? Ms. Michaels?
Mr. Bedard.
Aye.
Mr. DeFranco,
Aye.
Dr. Etlin,
Aye.
Mr. Lapidus,
Aye.
Mr. Needleman,
Aye.
Ms. Lipinski,
Aye.
Dr. Taratusky.
Aye. Number 8, Ameriflex. The Board of School Directors approves the proposal between Ameriflex and the School District of Springfield Township for flexible spending and dependent care account services effective July 1, 2021, with a guaranteed pricing for 3 years. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second.
Second.
Any comments or questions? I do actually have a question. Is this making this available for all employees, or is this for a certain group of employees?
Thanks, Dr. Taratusky. I'm going to ask Ms. Kerr to address this because she's worked so hard that I know she's really happy and proud to be able to present it tonight.
Okay, great, thanks.
Sure. So the volunteer or our flexible spending services are available for all benefit eligible employees.
Okay, great. Thanks.
And this is a cost savings to the district.
Excellent, thank you.
I
Any
just
other
wanna
comments?
Again,
Go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Tartuski. I just want to again recognize Ms. Kerr. She's worked really hard to bring these savings to the district, and I want to thank her for that publicly.
Thank you. We appreciate that also. Are there any other comments or questions? Okay, Ms. Michaels?
Mr. Bedard,
Aye.
Mr. DeFranco,
Aye.
Dr. Etlin,
Aye.
Mr. Lapidus,
Aye.
Mr. Needleman,
Aye.
Ms. Lipinski,
Aye.
Dr. Taratuski.
Aye. Number 9, U.S. Enrollment Services. The Board of School Directors approves the service agreement and business associate agreement between U.S. Enrollment Services and the School District of Springfield Township for online benefit enrollment services effective on or about May 1, 2021. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Okay, Ms. Michaels?
Mr. Bedard,
Aye.
Mr. DeFranco,
Aye.
Dr. Etlin,
Aye.
Mr. Lapidus,
Aye.
Mr. Needleman,
Aye.
Ms. Lipinski,
Aye.
Dr. Taratuski.
Aye. This is our second comment period. We allow for comments, public comments on non-agenda items. And I just want to remind everyone that we are using the Q&A for questions that will be answered after the meeting. And we are not using the chat this evening for comments or questions. And if you would wish to make a comment during this period, if you could use the hand raise feature and just share where you live in the township. So we'll open it up for comments, please.
We have a hand raised from Lee Aberley.
Okay. Lee, we'll invite you to speak.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can, thanks.
Okay, I know you're sort of preempted for this. So in looking at the email that came yesterday from Erdenheim Elementary, sorry, I'm on Jarden Road in Winmore.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. I'll put and so in looking at the email that came from Erdenheim Elementary yesterday around topics that are being studied in March, especially with the Spartan Pride theme, I noticed that there was listed, for example, celebrating Down Syndrome Awareness Day. And one of the questions I had for the school board and the administration was, how do the school district pick what specific days or events they're going to celebrate? And one topic that's very dear to my heart is Brain Injury Awareness Month, which is this month of March. And I think, that's something that deserves, a decent amount of recognition on the basis of the number of, especially children that suffer traumatic brain injury, and the fact that, even mild concussion from contact sports in the school district, is classified as brain injury. So I just sort of wanted to put that out there just for discussion. And Dr. Yannicone, I know you have a response, and I think that's really appropriate, but I thought it was worth just sharing with the wider community.
We appreciate that, Lee. And I believe that when I did respond to you, we do have some internal discussion about those different days at our schools. And thank you for making us aware of that. And we'll share that. I know Dr. Yannicone was going to share that with our administrators.
Thank you so much.
Any other comments?
There are no other hands at this point.
Okay, thank you. All right, future meeting dates. There's a regular school board meeting scheduled for Tuesday, March 16th, 2021 at 7 p.m. That's a virtual meeting. An interim board meeting on Tuesday, April 6th, 2021 at 7. That's also a virtual board meeting. And the Academic Affairs Committee meeting will be held Monday, March 22nd, 2021 at 5 p.m. And that is also a virtual meeting. Thank you very much for attending, and we appreciate your participation, and see you next time. Thanks.